Situated on the west coast of the United States, San Francisco has both big city hustle and bustle, as well as a relaxed, welcoming attitude and distinct, vibrant neighborhoods. This city is always a joy to visit. So let's go! I'm Cam Spark.
I'm Craig Sisson. This is TuiTravel.
Welcome to San Francisco. We're heading across the Pacific Ocean to one of our favourite cities in North America, San Francisco, home to the world-famous Golden Gate Bridge, a bastion of the gay rights movement, and just a stone's throw from some pretty impressive redwoods.
Founded in 1776 by Spanish colonists, San Francisco sits on the west coast of the United States, on a peninsula wedged between the Pacific Ocean and San Francisco Bay.
The Bay Area is known as the home of tech giants such as Google and Apple, and while the weather changes wildly depending on what suburb you happen to be in, and at times summer can look a lot more like winter, it really is a truly picturesque and a thoroughly likeable city. We're here to explore the beating heart of Northern California.
After a 12-hour flight from Oakland, we touched down in the city by the bay. In serious need of some fresh air and a bit of a leg stretch, we head to one of San Francisco's most beautiful assets, Golden Gate Park.
This huge urban wilderness is a fantastic place to spend an afternoon, or longer, so what better place to help shake off that jet lag and unwind a little. So we've arrived in San Francisco after a 12.5-hour flight and then a 16-hour sleep. So feeling actually pretty refreshed. At the moment we're in Golden Gate Park, which is kind of one of the gems of San Francisco. A lot of really nice walks, some beautiful lakes and a couple of museums, which we haven't been to yet. But yeah, at the moment we're just sort of taking it easy, having a nice wander and enjoying the sort of laid-back feel of this part of the city.
Golden Gate Park has everything you'd want in a city park: lakes, museums, gardens, and some areas that make you feel like you're out in the wilderness, miles away from the hustle and bustle of city life. It's an incredible and relaxing way to start our time in San Francisco.
San Francisco was largely destroyed by the 1906 earthquake and fire, then rebuilt in a spectacular fashion. The city is known for its distinct architectural styles, from its seemingly endless supply of charming pastel townhouses to the mix of the financial district, with the unusual and intriguing juxtaposed with the imposing and corporate, and arguably the most distinctive building on San Francisco's skyline, the Transamerica Pyramid. San Francisco's financial district is often referred to as the Wall Street of the West, and is the commercial heart of the Bay Area.
A stone's throw from the heart of the financial district is Union Square, somewhere we consider to be one of San Francisco's best spots to people watch, and a great place to have a sit with a coffee and drink in the atmosphere. After a relax in Union Square, we head to a nearby diner for a burger.
Diners are a quintessential part of the American experience, and in my view, if you're not American, they're a must-do in any US city.
Seriously, it's like the movies. A short stroll away at the end of Market Street is the grand old Ferry Building. This neoclassical terminal is a great example of how San Francisco is constantly offering itself up on a plate. The Ferry Building is full of local cuisine and food stalls, with everything from gluten-free baked goods to fresh produce, as well as the home of San Francisco's best-known farmers market.
This is a great place to get a bite to eat or head outside and wander along the Embarcadero, then sit and admire the Bay Bridge, which, unlike the far more famous Golden Gate Bridge, is conveniently located right next to the downtown area, connecting Oakland with San Francisco. Another stunning piece of architecture is City Hall. Opened in 1915 after the former City Hall building was destroyed in the 1906 earthquake, this building has been the centre of more than a few key points in modern history, such as the assassination of gay rights activist Harvey Milk and San Francisco Mayor George Moscone in 1978.
West of the financial district overlooking Alamo Square Park are the famous Painted Ladies. Yes, the ones from Full House. This row of Victorian houses, along with the view of the city skyline behind them, are one of the most photographed locations in San Francisco. Not just because of the Olsen twins or Bob Saget though.
One of our favourite things to do when in the US is have a late night visit to a diner for some filter coffee and some delicious fruit pie, an American treat.
It is close to 1 o'clock.
It's close to 1 a.m. in San Francisco. Having a nice evening stroll. It's always a good thing to do in a city that you're starting to get familiar with, just having a nice relaxed stroll.
It's a bit chilly.
When only the night owls are out. Head into a diner for a very late night cup of coffee. 1 a.m. fruit pie is the best. A+, highly recommended.
It's a new day and we're heading north. We drive over one of the most famous bridges in the world, then along the scenic coastline of Sausalito in Marin County. Looking out over the bay and towards the skyline of San Francisco, we grab a bit of lunch from one of the many seaside cafes in the area and head back out.
After about 20 minutes, we're approaching Muir Woods, home to 240 acres of huge old redwoods. This area has been federally protected as a national monument since 1908 and may also be somewhat familiar to Star Wars fans. Being only a few miles from Skywalker Ranch, Muir Woods was reportedly used for some shots of the forest moon of Endor in Return of the Jedi, although most of the action, like the speeder bike scenes, was actually shot further north.
It does certainly feel like some Ewoks could pop out at any second though. When you don't have a galaxy far, far away on your mind, all you need to do is look up to be amazed.
These ancient trees are really beautiful things. Most of the redwoods in the monument are between 500 and 800 years old, and the oldest is at least 1,200 years old. That's plenty of time for growing, and the tallest tree in Muir Woods is an impressive 79 metres tall. That's 258 feet. After admiring these great old trees and walking a few of the trails, we head back to San Francisco and decide to take a walk over the Golden Gate Bridge as the sun goes down.
Yep, this is definitely everything it's cracked up to be.
The bridge, which has been described as the most photographed bridge in the world, and for good reason, was built in 1937 and was the longest suspension bridge in the world until 1964. Taking a walk across the bridge is a great way to appreciate its industrial beauty, and is also a great place to admire the Bay Area and San Francisco's distant skyline.
We didn't pick a bad time of day to do so either.
Just to the south of the Golden Gate Bridge is the Presidio and the Palace of Fine Arts. Originally built for the 1915 Panama Pacific Expo, this monumental structure is one of the only surviving structures from the exposition. No, it's not a palace, and you'll no longer find any fine art here, but it is a great place to relax in the sun or have a wander. Not far from here is someone we just had to visit before leaving the Bay Area. Yoda! See through me, he can.
San Francisco is always a fun place to visit, especially if you catch it when the weather's good and Carl, the famous San Francisco fog, is behaving himself.
Thanks San Francisco, you've been awesome as always. If you liked this video on San Francisco and want to see more from us at TuiTravel, hit that like button and subscribe. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram too. I'm ThatFlyingSpark.
And I'm Upside Kiwi.
Thanks for joining us in San Francisco. We'll see you next time.